Alright, so in the last video, you know how I changed the radiator, the crank seal, bled the system, and then I went and drove it around, made sure everything was fine, truck was running fine. And a day or two ago, I went to go wash my truck and I had to pull this out, and when I started it, it sounded like the fan was hitting something. Come to find out, it blew a head gasket. So that's what we're going to be doing in today's video, is going to be replacing the head gasket in this truck. Alright, so I already got the air box off, the intake, the fan cover, the fan clutch. So I just got to drain the system again, the cooling system, and I got to take the throttle body, the intake off. But right now I'm going to be taking the alternator off, and then I'm going to get the fuel rail off and go from there. So one thing is, comment down below if you guys like to do the time lapses, or I should do like a POV view, so like put it on my head or on my chest or something and work on it. Comment down below, but in this video I'm gonna just do time lapse because it's easier. So yeah. Okay, my battery died, so that's why the time lapse kind of cut short. But that very back corner I was kind of having trouble with getting that bolt off, but now the intake's loose. I just got to figure out how to get that, whatever that is, off. And I don't know how I'm gonna get that off, but yeah. But other than that, once I get that off, it's gonna come right out. And I decided that I'm gonna just do this head, because not too long ago my mom had to get this head reworked, and as you can see, it's a newer head and it has the new seals, the blue seals, which, so there's no reason to do that. It's just this head that blew up because we didn't redo this head when we had to. And so yeah, so that's gonna make everything easier, because this side's gonna be way easier to pull off than trying to get through all of this. So yeah, let's get right back into it. struggling for so long of trying to get that off of the intake, I realized I didn't undo this, so I broke it. I'll just have to get another one. I don't know what this is, but I'll look it up. So got the intake off. Now it's kind of getting late and it's getting pretty cold, so I'm gonna cover this up and clean off all the oil spots and all the bad spots, cover it up, close the hood, and then start tomorrow. But I am going to replace the seals in the intake since I already have it out. I'm gonna go ahead and replace these. And yeah, see, this is the thing I broke, so I'm gonna either have to buy a new one or see what this line is, because I don't know what it's to. And if it's important, if it's like an oil line or something, then I'll replace it. But if it's like a vacuum line or something, I'm gonna fix it, because that's what I did on the BMW. But yeah, so go ahead, jump in tomorrow and we'll get started on this head. It's probably just gonna be one big video. Yeah, so I'm pretty close. Okay, so it's the next day and I got the radiator pulled off, most of the system drained. Got to pull the valve covers off on both of them. Since I'm only doing this head, this is the only side that I'm gonna be worried about, and I got to pull the timing cover off and then get the timing chains out. So let's get right into it.
What we do here is go back.
Alright, so got the timing cover off, both the valve covers. So I'm gonna try, since I'm doing just this head, I'm gonna try to get by just taking the chain off of this one and then unbolting it and popping it right out. Still gotta unbolt the manifold from the exhaust. And another thing that I'm gonna be doing, since I want to try to get by from that one side, I take the other one off because I'm gonna paint these red. Might as well. I wanted to paint them. I want to paint the ones on my truck, but since I already have these off, I'm gonna paint these red because that's my mom's favorite color and she wanted to paint it red. So yeah. So finally, after forever, I got the head off. Obviously you can tell the blue head gasket because you can see where water has been in the pistons, and you can also see on the gasket where it blew out. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Gonna pick right up back in the morning. Here's the head itself. And if you guys were wondering, like in the first part of the video, if you guys were wondering where I was standing on the crossbar and then the frame. And for like the second day I was just standing on the ground through the truck since it was easier to work that way. So we're gonna pick right back up in tomorrow morning and hopefully get all this back together, and then I can get this set back in time and paint the valve covers. After that, get everything back together, start it up and see if it runs and see if I did it right. But yeah, even though this truck is hard to work on, I will say it's been a very good truck to my mom. It has like 280 something thousand miles on it, almost that 300,000. We've had to replace the motor before, so this is a newer motor, but it is a 4.7 Magnum V8 that's in it. But the transmission is what came from factory. That has the original 280,000 something miles on it. It's a very good transmission. My mom's pulled rock crawlers, trailblazers, all kinds of stuff with this truck. She's definitely used it. It used to be her daily driver for her work. Kind of thought I would be working on my truck before this one, but only thing that happened in my truck was I blew up the rear end. So I haven't really been driving it because of this quarantine stuff that's been going on with the coronavirus. So yeah, this was my project during the spring break and then 2 weeks. So yeah, see you tomorrow. We're gonna paint the valve covers. Ivan already put the new seals in. We got to put the new seals in on these bolts. Go ahead and paint it. Then we have to put the new gasket on for the timing cover, put the timing cover back on, and other than that, we're almost done.
That's your boy Ivan. Right here, putting the first coat, the primer. I already know. Primer. I'm about to put this on my face so I can be white or gray.
Great.
I'm gonna go do the second coat. I'm gonna find out if this thing is dry. Put the second coat. I think it is. Yeah, the whole dry look. Oh, my bad, kind of dirty. Anyways, timeline.
All right, so coming to the end of day 3. Shout out to Ivan for painting the valve covers while I was putting all this back together. Xavier ended up showing up, but we're gonna give. All I have to do is put the intake back on, the compressor back onto the motor, the alternator back on, radiator, the cooling fan, and I'll be done. And then I gotta bleed the cooling system, and then we'll be done. You wanna say anything?
See ya. I farted.